Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 13. And it reads, "The Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. He shall cry, yea, roar. He shall prevail against his enemies." Verse 14. "I have long time holding my peace. I have been still and refrained myself. Now will I cry like a travailing woman. I will destroy and devour at once. I will make waste mountains and hills, and dry up all the herbs, and I will make the rivers islands, and I will dry up the pools."
For people who have experienced the Cold War firsthand, Dr. Strangelove is not just a cinematic masterpiece.
It is not only possible, it is essential.
In that era, almost everyone knew what MAD, ICBM, and missile gap meant. And the sight of the mushroom cloud rising hits different. A nuclear close call is an incident that could have led to at least one unintended nuclear detonation or explosion. More than one nuclear close call occurred during the Cold War period. Perhaps the most serious of these, the Cuban Missile Crisis, nearly made the common fear of everyone come true. Fortunately, mankind has managed to get through this critical period without experiencing an extinction-level crisis. This is Military Mechanics, and today we will look at intercontinental ballistic missiles.
All right, Shalom. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring. The house of David, the elect, that's pushing his word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers. I'm back at you with another quick lesson through the Holy Spirit, the Rakakwadash, and just another reminder of reality, okay? The main prophecy that will not be ignored: 2/3 of humanity will be wiped out by the way of nuclear destruction, okay? The ICBMs, the intercontinental ballistic missile, which are regarded as the weapons of Yahweh Shem Shai's righteous indignation, okay? Also known as the spoilers, okay? This video was about 6 months ago, okay? And I believe this is like one of the most recent videos concerning the nuclear missiles, all right? Because the time on this side is short, okay? The destruction is at hand. And as our job as prophets of Yahweh Shem Shai is to continuously watch, okay? So we're going to get right into this thing. This is all in the spirit, all right? This is the time, this is the season that we're in on the earth, and these things are going to come to a sudden end, you know? Real quick, the spoilers. This is Jeremiah chapter 12, verse 12, and it reads, it says, "The spoilers are come up upon all high places through the wilderness. For the sword of the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai shall devour from one end of the land even to the other end of the land. No flesh shall have peace." You see? Let's get this word for spoilers. All right? What are the spoilers? The missiles. Okay? That word is shaddad. All right? Spoilers. Shaddadium. It says to deal violently with, despoil, devastate, ruin, destroy, spoil. Okay? Violently destroyed. How is this place going to go out? It's going to go out violently, with the violent destruction by the way of the intercontinental ballistic missiles. To assault, devastate, to be devastated, to violently destroy. Okay? And the scriptures tell us that Babylon was going to go out, okay, with great violence. All right? Let's get that real quick. That's in Revelation 18, great violence. All right, Revelation 18 and 21. Revelation 18 and 21, and it reads, we'll start up a little bit. All right, this is Revelation chapter 18 and verse 16. It says, "In saying, Alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls." All right, this is speaking about Babylon the Great, which is America according to the scriptures. All right, verse 17, "For 1 hour so great is riches come to naught, to nothing. And every shipmaster and all the company and ships and sailors and as many as trade by sea stood afar off." Right, because the destruction of Babylon is going to be televised. The whole world is going to see it. Okay? And it's all going to go down at 1 hour. Verse 18, "And cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, What city is like unto this great city?" Verse 19, "And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, the great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by the reason of her costliness, for in 1 hour is she made desolate." Okay. Verse 20, "Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for Yahweh Shem Yahushai have avenged you on her." And that shows you that the prophets of the Lord, the prophets of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, are here in Babylon the Great today. Okay. Verse 21, Revelation 18 and 21. "And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone," all right, which is the ICBM nuclear missiles, "and cast it into the sea, saying, Thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all." All right. So we got to continue to remind you. Okay. This is how it's going to take place. So anyway, let's go back. All right. Violently devastated. The spoilers, Jeremiah 51 and 48. Jeremiah 51 and 48, and it reads, it says, "Then the heaven and the earth and all that is therein shall sing for Babylon, for the spoilers shall come unto her from the north, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai." All right, and those missiles, those ICBMs are going to come from Russia, China, okay, North Korea, Europe, various parts of the earth. Those spoilers are going to come and violently take Babylon the Great away. All right. Jeremiah 51 and 53, it says, "Though Babylon should mount up to heaven, and though she should fortify the height of her strength, yet from me shall spoilers come unto her, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai." So ultimately, the Lord's Spirit is going to be upon these missiles, all right, to finish out the judgment. Okay? The Lord said, "Yet from me shall spoilers come unto her, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai." These are the spoilers, man. All right? The ICBMs.
Between 1940 and 1996, the US spent at least $10.1 trillion in present-day terms on nuclear weapons development. It is estimated that the United States produced more than 70,000 nuclear warheads since 1945. This is more than all other nuclear weapons states combined. However, the American nuclear weapons arsenal has shrunk by 85% since the end of the Cold War. The American Air Force's decision to award Northrop Grumman the contract to replace the aging ICBM system brought the following question to mind. Is the nuclear weapons race back? Although not as prominent as the nuclear arms race of the Cold War era, the threat of nuclear attack has never been completely off the table. Russia and China are already increasing the capability and number of their ICBMs, respectively. Even North Korea has increased its arsenal, which was at roughly 10 to 20 nuclear warheads in 2018. Let's not forget India and Pakistan, who have more than 100 nuclear warheads each. The United States has emphasized the need for a nuclear force that credibly deters adversaries, assures allies and partners, achieves US objectives should deterrence fail, and hedges against uncertain threats.
Hey, this is all Bible prophecy. Let's get that in Revelation. 9 and 14. Let's start there. All right, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 9 and verse 14. And it reads, it says, saying to the sixth angel, which had the trumpet, loose the 4 angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. Verse 15, and the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year for to slay the third part of men. All right, so the third part of men represents the sons of the wicked. All right, because you have the 3 categories of men. All right, you have the sons of God. Okay, you have the sons of the sons of men, and then you have the sons of the wicked. Okay, which represents the Edomites. Okay, and that's what these missiles are going to be used for, to slay the third part of men. Okay, it says verse 16. It says, and the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. And I heard the number of them, and that's going into the into those warheads, 200 million warheads that are going to rain down upon Babylon the Great. As you just saw in the video, all these nations have the missiles. All right, and they're going to be used. Verse 17. And thus I saw the horses in a vision, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire, and of janthus and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issue fire and smoke and brimstone. All right, so you had John the Revelator. He saw in the vision. Okay, he saw these missiles being shot out of the silos, as you saw in the video. Okay, those arrows with the fire burning behind them. Okay, verse 18 it says, But by these 3 was the third part of men killed, by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouths. Right. So those are those missiles. All right, being shot out of those silos, man. All right, and the third part of men being killed, going into what? The wicked. Okay. Matter of fact, let me make a quick point. Okay, because what's heavy? All right. This is all going into the day of doom, which is associated with the destruction of Esau's empire. All right, Babylon the Great, America. Let's make that point real quick. That's in 2nd Ezra 7. Okay. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 7 and verse Salakia. Let me pull it up. Day of doom. Okay. Day of doom. All right. 2nd Ezra 7 and 43. Okay. 2nd Ezra 7 and 43. It says, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time. You see? And what's going to bring the end of this time? The intercontinental ballistic missiles. All right. And the day of doom is tied into what? The destruction of Esau's realm. Okay, as we're talking about in Revelation 9 here, the third part of men that was destroyed by this destruction. You see? But the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past. Let's get a little bit more. All right, 2nd Ezra 7 and 44. Intemperance is at an end, infidelity is cut off, righteousness is sown, and truth is sprung up. Verse 45, the point it says, then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed. All right, so there's no saving the Edomite. Okay, prophecy has declared that these people would be utterly destroyed, man. That he would fall. So there's no doctrine to save him. For all these Israelites out here that are trying to say that Esau is not the so-called white man, that Esau can be saved. The scriptures say that salvation is far from the wicked. All right, it's impossible. There shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed, nor to oppress him that have gotten the victory, right? Because at the end, as it is written, all right, the Israelites, starting with the elect, are going to gain the victory. Okay? As the story is written, man. Okay? But the point is that the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and that's associated with the destruction of the Edomites. So going back. All right? Salakia. So let's go back to Revelation 9 and 17 again. And it reads, it says, and thus I saw the horses in a vision, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire and jacinth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone. Okay? The spoilers, the missiles. By these three was the third part of men killed. All right? The sons of the wicked, the Edomites. Okay? His power structure being taken down. It says, by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouths. For their power is in their mouth and in their tails, for their tails were like unto serpents, and had heads, and with them they do hurt. All right, those missiles. You see? Verse 20. And the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, showing you that this destruction is likened unto a plague, pursuing the Zechariah 14. Matter of fact, let me get that. Zechariah 14 and verse 12. Let me get that real quick. All right. This is Zechariah chapter 14 and verse 12. And it reads, it says, and this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. All right. That's that scene from Terminator where Sarah Connor was holding the fence when that nuclear fire came and burned up the city. Okay? Her whole body was consumed away in that fire. And that's exactly how it's going to play out on the earth in reality, man. That's Bible prophecy, man. And that's the plague where the Lord is going to smite all the nations that fought against Jerusalem, man. You see? That's what you call recompense. True justice. So going back. Revelation 9 and 20, and the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, yet repented not of the works of their hands, that they should not worship devils and idols of gold and silver and brass and stone and of wood, which neither can see nor hear nor talk nor walk. Neither repented they of their murders, nor of their sorceries, nor of their fornication, nor of their thefts. All right, because these devils, these top elites that are in these bunkers that are hiding, that are preparing for this destruction to play out on the earth, they're not going to repent. And that's the spirit that the Lord has put on these devils, because ultimately they're going to be the first fruits of slavery. All right. When they get rounded up. Okay. When the elect come down out of those chariots to purge out the rebels, you know, to take the world. You see. But the point, okay, is that the nuclear destruction is inevitable, man. All right.
Enter U.S. nuclear triad. SSBMs, ICBMs, and bombers. Since the 1960s, U.S. nuclear triad, through forces operating at sea, on land, and in the air, provided the necessary deterrence. The triad significantly lowers the threshold for an attack against the U.S. homeland. Also, the triad's diversity enables mitigation of risk if a particular leg of the triad is degraded or unavailable. Eliminating a leg of the triad would weaken the combined strength of the force and simplify adversary attack planning. For example, without ICBMs, a conventional-only attack on the limited number of submarine and bomber bases could significantly degrade the U.S. nuclear arsenal without rising to the level of nuclear use. The triad is intended to ensure that no adversary believes it could launch a strategic attack that eliminates the US's ability to respond and inflict unacceptable damage. US ICBMs are the most responsive leg of the triad. This fearsome force is on alert 24/7, 365 days a year, and controlled by ironclad nuclear command, control, and communications. US ICBMs are spread out in 400 hardened underground silos. In addition to this, there are another 50 silos kept in warm status. These are assigned to 3 separate military bases, presenting an intractable targeting problem for any potential adversary. ICBMs can be launched and reach targets within minutes, creating a nearly insurmountable targeting problem for adversaries.
So as you're hearing, these missiles can reach targets in minutes. That's why, as the scriptures we just read, that Babylon is going to be destroyed within 1 hour. All right. This destruction is going to be fast. Okay, it's going to be quick.
Should the United States need to respond quickly to an emerging attack, US ICBMs provide the most rapid response option with assured connectivity to the President through National Command Authority.
All right, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 16. Let's add on to that. 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 1, and it reads, it says, "Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria," because this destruction is going to be worldwide, man. Various parts of the earth are going to be utterly destroyed. Okay? Verse 2, it says, "Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair, bewail your children, and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand." And that's why I said, going back to the video clip, this video was, 6 months ago? Okay? The talks of nuclear war get louder and louder, man. We're that much closer to this thing really going down, man. So all we're doing is really, this is like another reality check. All right? Putting everything in perspective through the spirit of the time and season you in. All right? Because 2/3 of our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Hispanics, are absolutely clueless. Okay? As the scriptures say, as in the days of Noah. Okay? So shall it be as the times of the Son of Man. Okay? The Lord is about to melt this shit, man. Okay? 2nd Ezra 16 and 2, "Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair, bewail your children, and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. A sword is sent upon you, who may turn it back? A fire is set among you, who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? Nobody." Okay, and the Lord said that he would accomplish that what he pleased. Verse 6, "May any man drive away a hungry lion in the woods, or may anyone quench the fire in the stubble when they have begun to burn?" See? And these are all given references of what a fire. Isaiah 9 and 5. Okay, that this war that's coming is going to be with burning fuel and fire. Verse 7, "May one turn again to the arrow that is shot of a strong archer? May the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Salakia, the mighty Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, sendeth the plagues. Who is he that can drive them away? A fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? He shall cast lightnings, who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai shall threaten, who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence?" Man. Isaiah 66 and 15. All right, 15 and 16, "that the slain of the Lord shall be many, man." Verse 12, "The earth quaketh in the foundations thereof, the sea ariseth up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also before the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and before the glory of his power. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp." What are the arrows? The missiles. "And shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world." Okay? As it tells you in Isaiah 13. Okay? They come from one end of heaven to the other. Okay? That's the nuclear missiles. The ICBMs. Verse 14, "Behold, the plagues are sent, and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth." All right? That's the destruction. The prophecies, man. Verse 16, "Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backwards, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death. The beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come?" You see? And that's the question that we pose to you non-believers and you scoffers out there. What are you going to do when this thing actually takes place? What's your solution? Okay? There is none. All right? Outside of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. That's why it's imperative, it's crucial that the only thing that matters is that you're part of the Lord's elect. All right? That's the only way you're going to be, saved from this destruction real quick. Pursuing to Isaiah, was it 26 and 20, right? Isaiah 26 and 20, and it reads, "Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment until the indignation be overpassed." So the elect are going to be beamed up on those chariots, all right, to escape that nuclear destruction. That's the only way. And they're going to be aboard those chariots until that nuclear destruction, that indignation be overpassed. You see? That's the only way that you're going to be preserved from this judgment. Verse 21, "For behold, the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also should disclose her blood and shall no more cover her slain." All right, so the Lord is getting ready to bring a terrible judgment on the earth by the way of the weapons of his indignation. You see? Finishing it out. All right, now that was it. Let's play a little bit more and wrap it up. Just to continuously remind you people out there of what's getting ready to happen, man.
Hey, guys.
Salakia, let this go past.
ICBMs also provide the ability to upload additional warheads, which can hedge against technical failure in one of the other legs of the triad, or respond to adverse geopolitical developments. Although the ICBMs can carry up to 3 nuclear warheads, each is currently loaded with only 1. This provides targeting flexibility, especially...
And that shows you that it's going to be overkill on Babylon because the missiles can carry multiple warheads. And as you know, 200 million warheads are going to rain upon this place. You see?
For some scenarios of an adversary's limited use. Finally, the day-to-day alert of ICBMs takes the burden of a daily alert posture off the bomber force. This frees up many bombers from continuous nuclear alert to concentrate on potential conventional missions. The hardened and dispersed nature of US ICBMs requires a potential adversary to totally commit to a massive attack on the US homeland. There's obviously no other way to disable all US ICBMs. This enhances the power of deterrence. However, most of the systems that compose the triad are operating well beyond their original design lives. The land leg of the triad are Minuteman III intercontinental ballistic missiles. Having undergone multiple life extensions, they were first deployed in 1970 and have been operating for 50 years.
All right, so you get it. It's going down, I pray that this quick lesson was edifying, Just wanted to, just continue to remind you of the time we in, man. Call Halayim Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth, and double salutations to all you Akim out there pushing. Shalom.